From kicking things off at Daytona Bike Week to visiting the coast of Southern California to every challenging and iconic venue across the country, it's time to roll out and begin the 2024 Progressive American Flat Track season. Man, I love that sound. What's up, everybody? It's Scotty here, and today we are going to preview the 2024 American Flat Track Singles season. And the theme for this season for the past couple years is good luck outrunning a cop, because Cody Kopp has been unstoppable since he switched over to the orange and black of the KTM. And with Red Bull KTM, Cody has led the points from start to finish in 2022 and 2023. He's never finished outside the top 10. He's got 15 wins, picked up 8 in 2023, 7 in 2022, so getting better. A 3.4 average finish and 14 top fives in 2023 to go along with 15 in 2022. That's just unbelievable stats. Cody has been incredible on that KTM. Now this year, things are going to look a little bit different. We were able to catch up with Cody at Masters Motorplex in South Carolina for the Southeast Flat Track opener. And if you haven't checked out that interview already, it's a great chat with Cody. Really appreciate his time with that. And here's some of what he had to say regarding how things are going to look a little bit different for him this year.
It's been a whole new journey to go down, to say the least. Like every day of the week, I'm doing something to make our team better that I'm trying to build with Dad and I. And whether it's me designing team shirts at night when we're sitting on the couch at the house, or making phone calls trying to get oil sponsors, something like that. It's good though, and I'm really excited for what it's opened doors wise. I'm thankful for KTM and what they've stepped up with bikes and stuff this year with support, and I'm excited to stay on orange. I don't count anybody out. We haven't even started the year yet, but I'd say looking into it, with Tom Drain being the only one really staying on the same program, I'd say he's kind of got that top persona in a way of our class. Like Trent, even though he's still Turner Racing, he is a little bit different format this year from what I've heard, and not having Bigelow building their moto. So everybody's doing a little bit different thing except Tom, so he's kind of got the head start on us, I would say. And yeah, I mean, I don't count anybody out. Chase is going to be tough with Bigelow, Renshaw on those Honda bikes with Turner, and I mean, the list goes on and on. You got James Ott. I mean, all these kids that are coming up. You have young rookies coming up like Fanders, who just smoked us at the throwdown. So it'll be interesting, to say the least. Everybody can sneak out a win here and there. We're just going to try and be as consistent as we can.
Again, Cody is the class of the field for the singles class. We've gone through this wave of Dallas Daniels being at the top of the game in that class. Now he steps up to the Super Twins class, and Cody has really taken the throne in the singles class. He's looking to become the first rider to win 3 championships. He's 4 wins behind Shayna Texter for the all-time lead in the singles class. So got a couple of milestones that he could be hitting this year, and he definitely has to be the favorite. Again, he's wrapped up these championships with time to spare in both seasons on the orange bike. So we'll definitely have to put him at the top tier. Like, if you want to come for the king, you better not miss. And it's going to be tough to knock Cody off that throne. I feel like his skill level, he's talented everywhere. When we go to any track, I don't really see a weakness. He's mentioned that he's still chasing that TT victory, and I could see him knocking that off this year, potentially Peoria. But Cody's, I feel like, premier challenger this year is going to be someone who really came on strong after getting that first win, and that is, of course, the Essence and Yamaha of Tom Drain. When you look at Tom last year, he really struggled out the gate. He trailed 65 points prior to picking up his first win at Sacramento. But from there, after he got that first win in Sacramento, his average finish the rest of the year was 2.5 versus, again, from Sacramento on, Cody's average finish to round out the year was 4.0. So Tom was able to cut that 65-point gap down to 41 by the end of the year. Again, that's, he still came in second in points, but he was able to outgain Cody after getting that first win. So Tom definitely came on strong and just had to get that first win out of the way, it looked like. He definitely seemed really strong on the clay tracks. On the miles, he was almost untouchable. Of course, Cody got one from him at Springfield there at the end of the year. But I would definitely look at Tom Drain as being kind of the main competition for Cody Kopp this year in the AFT Singles class. Tom last year, he got 4 wins, picked up 3 on the miles, had a 1.6 average finish on the miles, but elsewhere, he's still had a 6.9 average finish, which that's nice, but not quite what you need to be up there in that championship hunt right down to the end. Still, Tom, sort of a rookie. It was his first full season, but again, not eligible for Rookie of the Year last year because of running Lima and Springfield in 2022. But Tom amassed 12 top fives and 15 top tens last year, so very strong run. Again, came home second in points and he's now seen all these tracks. It's not going to be a first time visit to any of these facilities, so he'll have that under his belt, and he's going to have a really strong team with him. Tom is returning to Estenson, whereas Cody again had to make those changes to his program. So Tom's got familiarity on his side, and we'll see. It's definitely going to be an exciting battle between those two. And another person I would throw into the mix as a potential title contender would be Trent Lowe. Trent is another rider who, once he got that first win, he was really, really strong. He did pick up 2 wins last year, had 9 top fives in 2022, 9 in 2023, so staying consistent there, and has picked up 15 top tens. He had that weird 0 at Daytona last year, and then a bad crash at Arizona, which really kind of put him behind the 8 ball as well in the points. But from Arizona on, he was averaging a top 5 finish throughout the rest of the year. And Trent's coming back to the Turner Racing Honda team, again, having that familiarity with the machine. I think it proved very, very handy for Trent, who has been strong this offseason. He's picked up some wins on short tracks. He didn't have the best winter throwdown, but he was really good at Panhandle Clash and has looked really strong on those bikes at the Round of Masters Motorplex. Was able to hang there with Cody and be up there in the mix that whole day. So it'll be interesting to see how Trent can build on his previous year and finally getting that win out of the way and being able to carry that confidence through the rest of the season. So I would look for Trent to potentially be that third title contender this year in the AFT Singles class. Now we got to look at a rider who's moved on from Turner Honda, but still going to be riding red this year. It's Chase Sadoff, and Chase has been so close to that first win. I really think it's going to come this year. There's actually a couple of tracks I think Chase could pick up wins this year. He looked really strong the second session of Winter Throwdown. I could see him picking up a win when we go out to Chico, because that's going to be kind of foreign territory for everybody, and I think Chase could be really strong there. And I wouldn't be shocked to see him get one of the Springfield wins. He was so good at Springfield, was right there in the mix, just got beat at the line by Tom and Cody both days, but he was in the hunt, in the lead a lot of those races. And Chase's first win is coming. It's definitely on the horizon. He had 6 runner-up finishes in 2023. I mean, that is tough, but Chase is a super talented rider. He's a lovable personality out there, somebody you can really get behind, and I'm excited to see what Chase and Brian Bigelow are able to do this year. The only race that Chase finished outside of the top 10 was Lima last year, and he had 12 top 5s last year, which doubled his 2022 total his rookie year. So Chase has been progressing, and that's what you like to see. You like to see these riders who sort of grow into the series and become those threats night in and night out. And Chase had some battles last year. He had some duels with Cody at Ventura, at Middletown, of course, and then again the Springfield races. Chase is going to be a strong competitor, even with the new team. I would look for him to pick up a win or maybe even 2 this year. And finally, one of the top prospects in flat track racing is set to make his debut. Ready to meet him?
What's up, guys? It's Evan Renshaw. I'm 16 years old. In the 2024 season, I'll be riding for Turner Racing Honda. Oh man, the opening race, Daytona. I'm looking forward to that one. So I'm feeling good about it. It's a tiny track, short track. You be on the gas. That's what I like to do, and that's the one I'm looking forward. Ventura as well. I'm looking to Daytona and Ventura. So I like the miles as well, but I just love riding loose, and it's my style. My expectations. I want to. Everybody wants to do good. Everybody wants to win. So I want to maybe get a win or 2, look for a couple wins, podiums for sure. I just want to have a good, smooth season, though. I want to smooth sailing, just get through it, do good, get some good, positioning, whatever. But I don't really, think about that stuff. I'm going to go race to race, do what I got to do, put in the work, and then just whatever the outcome is, that's what it's going to be.
The rookie battle this year is going to be really fun because it's a rivalry that has been going on at the amateur ranks, and it's going to pick on up into the 2024 season, and that's we get to see Evan Renshaw and Braden Fanders go at it. Now, the caveat here, of course, is that Fanders is not able to race Daytona, so he's going to be a little bit behind the eight ball because I look at Evan Renshaw, he's on the Turner team, and he's probably not going to miss those main events at Daytona. He's a great short track rider, and I know he is geared up for that event. So Evan is going to be really looking forward to that, and he and Braden have had just duels at the amateur level. When you look at Evan's stats, he's last year's Horizon winner at Grand Championships for the amateur riders. He picked up 3 titles and 9 wins. Then you go back to 2022, we should look at Fander's stats there. Braden picked up 4 titles and 14 wins to Evan's 1 title and 2 wins in 2022. So Braden has been that guy that can really push Evan at the amateur level. And so Renshaw and Fanders continuing that back and forth duel that they've had. So many good battles on the amateur level. Look forward to seeing them mix it up on the pro ranks. And Evan is someone I definitely think could pick up a win this year. And Braden looked super strong at Winter Throwdown. He made every main event. He looked really good on some clay tracks toward the end of the year in District 6 and has been a really fast rider. So Braden's one of these guys who could definitely mix it up and might even surprise some people and be in the hunt for some podiums. I don't know if I'm ready to put him in there for a win just yet, but I think he's going to be really strong. He's going to be riding his own equipment. And even with the Rookie of the Year thing, even if Daytona, he has to miss Daytona, we look at last year's Rookie of the Year battle, and Declan Bender was down by 22 points to Logan Eisenhart after Daytona, and then Declan was able to battle his way back and eventually claim that Rookie of the Year crown at the end of the year at Springfield. So Braden might be down, but he won't be out. And there's another rookie to throw into the mix as well, and that's Evan Kelleher, who's going to be on the Schaefer's Motorsports KTM. And Evan Kelleher is another rider who's shown a lot of speed and been really talented and been a guy who's in the mix and probably would have won a lot of races and titles at the Amateur Nationals if it weren't for Renshaw and Fanders. So Evan Kelleher is going to be somebody to watch in that rookie mix for the AFT Singles class this year, and I'm curious to see how he does. I definitely expect him to make some main events, and it'll be a good learning year for him. I'm going to be a fun rookie battle this year. Definitely something to be excited for and geared up about. Going to be fun to watch that throughout the season, how that plays out. Now we got to talk about a couple of wild cards, riders who aren't going to be at every single round of this series, but are sure to make an impact whenever they do show up. And the first of those is a former champion, and that is Dalton Gauthier. Dalton is going to be running most of the schedule, just not going to be able to make that West Coast trip, unless somebody wants to maybe throw some money for a flight and get him a motorcycle out there. But Dalton's a former champion, and he is definitely a threat to win anywhere we go. He's won the Grand Slam on the singles. He's got his TT wins, half-mile wins, mile wins, short track wins. So Dalton is super talented, and it always has been. I remember back in 2014 seeing him as an amateur in a super singles race at Oglethorpe Speedway Park, beat the likes of Jared Mees, Kenny Coolbeth, Chris Carr. And Dalton's talent hasn't gone away, and he's actually, I think, got a little bit more edge this year. He and Trent went at it in the 1v1 at Winter Throwdown, and Dalton had a couple of good main event results down there as well. He was only bested by Trevor Bruner and Briar Bauman. Well, Trevor stepping up and Briar obviously going to be in the Super Twins as well. So Dalton's going to have a little bit of momentum coming into Daytona. He's probably looking to get one back after Cody beat him both nights last year, but Dalton's got experience at Daytona. He's great on the short tracks, and anywhere that Dalton shows up, he's going to be a threat to win. And he looked like he was back having fun on the motorcycle, and I think a relaxed Dalton is a dangerous Dalton. So we got to watch out for him whenever he shows up. And I got to give a lot of respect to Dalton and Lane and Dalton's whole brand. He's one of the few riders who is out there, creating a brand for himself, always posting content, creating merch that I'm happy to support every time. And I got to give a huge shout out to him for that. It'll be exciting to see him mix it up and with this field whenever he's able to make it out to the track. Another rider we're hoping to see at the track this year, not sure how many rounds, but if she shows up, Shayna Texter Bauman is going to be a threat to win, especially on these clay tracks and these miles. And I would love to see Shayna get win number 20 this year, or maybe even more. She's the all-time winningest rider in AFT Singles history, still holds that crown. If Shayna shows up and she's riding, she's definitely going to be in the mix. She's going to be a factor out on that track, and we hope to see her pull out the KTM 450 and race some of these events. And Shayna does not get the respect she deserves. Shayna's probably one of the most important people to AFT. Shayna doesn't need AFT, but I truly think that AFT needs Shayna, because when you go to the track, you look for riders, and especially when you're bringing young fans to the track, look for riders that you can aspire to be, someone you can that can resonate with you. So if a family wants to bring their daughter to the racetrack, they'll see Shayna, mixing it up front with the boys and kicking their butt a lot of times too. And that's something that can resonate and get a young girl excited about venturing into motorcycle racing. I really think that Shayna is an extreme inspiration, and I really truly feel like Shayna is one of the most important people in flat track history because of the success she's had. And she hasn't, chased spotlight or anything like that. She's just been very humble, always down to earth, and is great with the fans. And it's so cool to see her, helping crews along there in the pits as well, and helping Breyer with their program. And I'm really hoping we get Shayna at some races this year and up front racing for wins. A couple other riders that I feel like could be in the hunt for wins this year. One is James Ott, and I actually think that James Ott is going to win Sonoya this year. I'll just go out and say it. I think James has shown some speed. He's showing that he can run up front. He was right there in the mix at Sonoya last year. He got bested by Maxwell, who has moved on up to the Twins class. Now, I think James could really be in the hunt to win Sonoya this year, get his first singles win. James has shown speed at tracks like Lima as well. I think he can be pretty dicey at the short tracks that we go to. So I would look for James Ott to be a factor in a couple of races this year and maybe get his first win as well. And Aiden Roosevens, who closed out Winter Throwdown with a dominating win. Aiden, he hasn't gotten his first win yet, but kind of this probably speaks more to the talent at Winter Throwdown than it is like, a prediction for the season. But every rider that has won an expert main event at Winter Throwdown has gone on to win a main event during the AFT season in their respective class, except one. Unfortunately, that rider was Chase Sadoff, who had 6 runner-up finishes last year. But we've seen Brandon Robinson, Jared Mees, Breyer Bauman, Cody Kopp, Trent Lowe, Dalton Gauthier, Trevor Bruner all win events at Winter Throwdown and then go on to win during the AFT season. So maybe Aiden Roosevens can ride that momentum and pick up a win. Could he be a factor at Daytona, Chico, Ventura, one of these short tracks, get a whole shot, throw some bows and get after it? But Roosevens looked really good down there in Callahan, and I'm excited to see what he brings to the table when we get the season underway as well. Now, as far as the championship goes, I can't bet against the King. I have to give the advantage to Cody Kopp. That's my prediction to keep the title. I think he's going to pick up maybe 6-7 wins this year. I think he's going to take home the #1 plate until somebody can really, like, looking at his point total, his point gaps, and how he's been able to take control early and control the series. I just think Cody's got to be the favorite to win this year. I do think Tom is going to pull it closer. I don't think Tom's going to lose by 40 points again. I think we're going to have a tight battle that's going to go down to the final round. And I think you could have 2 and 3 guys maybe in the mix to challenge for that championship. But I have to give the edge to Cody. He's been so good these past couple of years. And even with the new program, I just think Cody is that guy in this class. And I think he's going to get championship #3 this year. I do think his streak of leading the points is going to come to an end. He's never trailed in points, as we talked about earlier. I think that's going to come to an end. And that's going to bring us to, how's Daytona going to look? Well, if I'm picking Daytona winners, I'm going to go night 1. I'm going to say Dalton Gauthier wins on night 1. I think he's going to get it back. I think he's going to take the win night 1. And then night 2, I think Cody's going to pick up the win. I would have to go Dalton and Cody in Daytona this year. They went 1-2 last year. They looked to be the class of the field. And I feel like they're going to split wins this year. So that's how we're feeling about the singles class. We're going to be doing a Twins preview next week. Hopefully we can get that out for you. But I want to give a huge thank you to Dave and Kathy Hoenig at Flat Trak Fotos for helping with the Tom Drain image from earlier that you saw. I don't have any footage of Tom, so they came in clutch and helped with that. Big thank you to them, and to Corey Corey Texter for all that he does to help us out here and getting footage from Winter Throwdown and Hagerstown, Escape the Berg, stuff like that we can compile into this. And just thank you to everybody that's been watching this channel and supporting us. And make sure you keep an eye out for Off the Groove with Scotty Dubler and Tank Slapping Podcast with Corey Texter and Eric Hartley. They're going to have preview shows coming up, I'm sure. So please support those podcasts. And if there's anybody else that I don't know about or I haven't mentioned that are involved in flat track racing and getting media out there and podcasts or interviews or whatever, throw them some love down in the comments section. I would love to see more exposure for this and getting more people on board talking about this sport so we can get it where it should be, and that's in mainstream eyeballs. I don't know that AFT makes sense for live television. I do think it's still more fit for a streaming platform, but let's get more people talking about it. Let's get this sport growing. Let's get more popularity into it, and because we love it all, and it's the best form of racing on the planet, no doubt. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see how this single season plays out, and we'll see if my predictions are right, wrong. Hey, the debate's what makes it fun. So until we do our Twins preview, take care, guys.